Professor. Welcome. Young scholars, you have been selected from thousands. You are the exception, the embodiment of our meritocratic ideals. Look around you. The ivy on these halls has witnessed presidents, poets, and pillars of civilization. Touch it. Feel its history. Let it cover you.
I stepped on a quad with a duffel bag full of my mother's prayers. Tuition paid in full by scholarship and 1,000 stares. They handed me a blazer with the crest of a man who owned slaves. I wore it to orientation, felt the itch beneath the praise. My roommate's father was an alum, his grandfather was a dean. He asked me how I got here, I said I walked through a broken dream. I saw his family crest again and recognized the wall it was built on. The same wall that partitioned my father's schooling. The same wall that kept my uncle from a fair ruling. I smiled at the provokes, shook his hand. He said, "You're the kind of student we need in this great land. The kind that proves the system works, the kind that transcends circumstance." I didn't tell him I was proof the system puts you in a trance, makes you think you climbed a ladder when you only switch the noose. From a rope on a tree to a tie that hangs you in a boardroom. So they gave me a library named after a tobacco magnate. I wrote my thesis on reparations on his desk. Imagine the way they called me articulate, as if fluency was a surprise, as if my tongue was meant for silence. Ivy League, poison ivy, pretty leaves that make you itchy. They recruit you with a handshake, then they grade you on your history. Ivy League, poison ivy, roots are deep and roots are filthy. I graduated with a mirror and the mirror didn't feel me. By junior year I learned the lecture hall's architecture, columns Corinthian, the funding tied to cotton roll capture. Now I'm paying for a degree that teaches me to know Eliot's poetry, but not the rhythm on my blood below. To memorize the canon while black invention stays a footnote. Smile at alumni dinners while they're passing me the devil's hook. An internship at Goldman, you'll be the change from inside. They whisper, but I see that every black face in that boardroom is a hostage, not a guest. The decoration on the website for the incoming freshman class to blast. I walked to commencement stage with honors dripping from my neck. Felt the ivy on the walls applaud me, then I checked. The leaves were covering the name of every slave who built this land, and my diploma was a receipt for the purchase of a black man's stand. They gave me a podium, told me speak your truth but make it palatable. I spoke about my grandfather, they called the speech remarkable, as if surviving was a talent, as if grief was a performance, as if I wasn't just a witness at my own cultural coroner's inquest. Ivy League, poison ivy, pretty leaves that make you itchy. They recruit you with a handshake, then they grade you on your history. Ivy League, poison ivy, roots are deep and roots are filthy. I graduated with a mirror and the mirror didn't feel me. I took the ivy off the wall, not the metaphor, the actual plant. I pulled it down behind the library at 3 a.m. The security lights blinked like they were asking me why. I buried it under the statue of the founder. I whispered to my ancestors, I made it inside, but inside is just outside with better curtains. The ivy grew back the next morning. It always grows back, because it's not a plant, it's a system. And it waters itself with the tears of every kid who thought a scholarship was a shield. I didn't burn the diploma, I framed it upside down. It hangs in the community center on Rosecrans. Every kid who walks and sees it and asks, "What's that?" I tell them it's a receipt, use it, but never let it use you. The ivy is poison, but you already knew that you're from here.